Good evening, everybody. Move the mic a little bit this way. Good evening, everyone. My name is Kenneth, aka Capenna Gaming, if you're in here on this page. Not too long ago, my wife said we have some interesting conversations that we'd like to record and just be able to talk and share. And so she decided we should do a podcast. So my name is Kenneth again. Go ahead and you can introduce yourself.
My name is Thawan.
Yes, this is my amazing, beautiful wife.
Thank you.
You didn't expect that, did you?
No. Thank you.
But no, we are decided to do a podcast. So if you are here in the actual Facebook chat, feel free to like, comment. We are going to have a time where we will answer any questions. So if you put in questions in the chat, we'll answer it towards the end of the show. But we also are going to, I'll give you kind of the overlay of what our shows will be like. And again, it's called a little bit of this and a little bit of that because we are going to be mixing in a bunch of different things, whether it's, I think in this show we have it set up to where we're going to be talking about some video games, some games that we're currently playing, and games we're playing together and individually. And then also we're going to be talking about, since it's this weekend, we'll talk about some NFL playoffs.
Football.
And unfortunately, as you can probably see in the background, my team has been knocked out. But they're still my team.
Burger.
Still 5-time Super Bowl champs. Just got to throw that in there. But
Do you have any current rings? No.
who else has current rings? There's only one person there's only one team that really can talk right now.
Okay,
And that's the Rams.
let's save it. Save it for.
Everyone's talking about their past rings, not just us.
Let's save it for when we actually talk about it.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do. And then we're all, as always, with every podcast, and just like how I do with my streams, we'll close off with prayer. So if you do have prayer requests too, you can post that in the chat too. And we'll make sure to get those in there. But you have anything to add before we get started on our first episode? You excited? Nervous?
I'm excited, nervous.
All of the above?
All of the above. Yes. All right, so introduction, games. So, what games are you playing
Currently,
currently?
I'm backlogged. But, I mean, there's a lot of games I'm playing.
So, what are two games that you're playing? Like,
I'll name
just two.
most.
Two. I know you have so much. I'm backlogged.
I guess the ones that I'm like really playing right now would be Spider-Man. Even though, I mean, it is an older game. That game is amazing. It's very intense.
How old is that game?
That game, 2018? Because it was on the PS4.
Oh, is that old?
Yeah, but they remastered it for PC and everything. So they did like up the graphics and stuff. But the original game came out in 2018 on PS4.
So you're not playing it on PS4, you're playing it on PC.
Correct.
How do you like it on PC?
Oh, I love it. I love having a PC gaming because, one, I used to always be a console gamer just because I've never really built a PC. But after building a PC,
talk about that.
Building a PC, that's another episode.
Yeah.
It's got to be another episode because that's
building a PC. Yeah, we should put that down.
Yeah, but my first time building a PC and actually getting into PC games, because, I've always heard being a console gamer, PC people saying, oh, you guys suck compared to us or superior. And I was always like, whatever, I can afford a console. It's a lot cheaper. And then once I built a PC, it's like, why would I ever buy another console?
And now you understand what they're talking about.
Yeah, I do. I understand what they're talking about. The fact that, and now it's even better now that, one, there's Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass. So all the games that are on Xbox, I can play on PC. And then now PlayStation's starting to release them on PC too. So it's like, I was going to get a PlayStation 5 for like all the exclusive games that they have. But
now you can get them.
Yeah, now I can get them. Spider-Man was one of the main ones that I wanted to get, but Spider-Man's on there, and what other?
So you gave one game.
We went on a tangent.
Oops.
But
what's the second game?
Spider-Man, just recently, starting yesterday, going back on memories and going throwback and playing GoldenEye. That game It's my favorite game of all time.
So you have to explain, what is GoldenEye?
007 GoldenEye, James Bond. So it was a movie in the 90s. But at the same time, they released... Well, I'm talking to you. And then
You're talking to them, too.
There's no one there, though.
I know, but...
No one's chatting.
Take
if someone's
take a
watching...
moment to look back.
Oh, there you go. Someone's in there.
Who?
Someone asked.
Hello, beautiful.
I guess they're asking you the question. What is your favorite to play?
What is my favorite game to play? Right now, I'm actually playing a game called, what is it? Disney Dreamlight Valley.
Dreamlight Valley, yeah.
Yeah. It is, how do I explain what it is? So it's similar to...
Animal Crossing.
It's similar to...
Sims, kind of. But a Disney version, I guess.
Oh, it's Brienne. Hello, Brienne. I couldn't see, only part of your name was showing. Disney Dreamlight Valley. So if you've played Animal Crossing and Sims, it is like a mesh between that. But you have like this valley that's kind of taken over by thorns, and you have to bring it back to life. And so I like games where you can take the time and make everything... What are you doing?
I'm trying to get it to show the whole name. But I guess
it's still showing part. That's okay. But I like games where you can take the time to make... Like, you have your own house, and you can upgrade your house to be nicer, and then upgrade everything around you, so you have other villagers and people that you kind of work with to do different things like gardening, planting, digging, mining, like everything. And I love games like that. And Animal Crossing is definitely one. And Disney Dreamlight Valley is another one. And that one is like, right now, that one is my absolute favorite game to play, for sure.
Yeah, because it's Disney.
Because it's Disney. It's Disney. I love Disney. But it's also an RPG. Love RPG games.
And then I guess one that you still have to finish is Zelda.
McKenna! Yes. And puzzle games.
I was going to say, yeah, you didn't even bring up Escape Academy.
You know what? And I just played that today. I just played that game today with you. I can't believe I didn't even mention that. So Escape Academy is also another game that I'm playing with my sister-in-law, McKenna. It is so fun. If you love escape rooms, this is the game that you want to play, because it's like you're in
puzzles.
Yeah, it's like you're in an escape room, but you don't have to leave your house at all. So let's see. Alexis says, do you like Minecraft? You know, I've never actually played Minecraft, but I would imagine I do like it because it's the same. You are building your own everything. I need to try, you know?
And don't
I should play.
Changing settings and stuff, so.
It is something that I should play. But if you're able to get Escape Academy,
Okay, I don't want it to disappear.
Play it. She says, yes, you would like it. You should try. We should do a late... Oh, yes, we should do an escape room. We should. When my sister-in-law was here, we went to Escape Hour at Reston. Kind of pricey. And this particular one in Reston only has one room and one theme, and it was like a Pirates theme. But for it being the price that it was so worth it. We didn't finish and we didn't get out, but we wanted to do another one. So Escape Hour also has another location in Gig Harbor.
I didn't know it was the same company.
Same company, and it's in Gig Harbor. The one that we did... What was that, Mayan ruins or something like that? Something about Mayan ruins. You're stuck in Mayan ruins and you have to figure your way out. There is some in Olympia that are reasonably... Ooh. Don't tell me that. Escape rooms are my thing. We need to do one for sure. Girls' night, ladies' night, yeah. No.
Well, I mean, it kind of
I mean,
fits. It kind of fits because it was talking about the Escape Academy with the video
Yeah.
games. So
Yeah,
it
yeah.
fits.
But escape rooms, yes. I could talk about escape rooms forever.
So it sounds like that's another one we're gonna have to throw in.
Oh my gosh.
Another
yes.
subject.
Yes.
Escape rooms.
I'm gonna write that down right now. Because I'm gonna forget.
I feel like if
We
me
need
and
to
you
do
did
a-
one,
An escape room.
like alone, just based off how we do Escape Academy, we're gonna be stuck in there.
No, you're smart though.
Yeah, but
We're obsessed with Mario games right now.
which ones? That's a wide gamut of Mario
yeah.
games. What,
Do you
Mario
and
Kart?
do you guys play on the Switch, or do you have an Xbox or a Nintendo? What do you play on? Well, I guess you can only play on Nintendo, huh?
Yeah, but it could be like Switch, could be older one, Wii U or something. Yeah, I haven't gotten
Let's
the
see.
Switch
The
yet,
last one that I played, last Mario game that I played was
but Odyssey.
Mario Nintendo Odyssey something.
Mario Odyssey.
Mario
Yeah.
Odyssey. And I couldn't get past the first level for some reason. It was so hard. I couldn't do it. Oh, Mario Party
Ooh, yes,
on
Mario
the
Party.
Switch, and we have the old Nintendo 64.
We got to get back on Mario Party.
You said it was boring.
Eh,
I want to
It's-
play, but you said it's boring.
It's just not as fun as the originals to me because the originals, you know, just older games in general were way harder. And so it seems like the newer one, and it's fine. I mean, it's cool, you know. It's just at a certain when you do too many turns, it just takes too long.
Mario Party, though, for
haven't
some
played it in a
reason,
long
we
time
haven't
now.
played, but for some reason, I always lose, and Kenneth wins on all the bonuses.
Bonuses, yes.
Every
It always
single
comes
time.
down to bonuses.
Every single time. I could be winning in all the games, and I think I have a chance, and then at the end, he wins on the bonuses. Yeah.
Mhm. Well, and then the other reason we stopped playing Mario Party is because we started playing Pummel Party on the PC, which is
Which is an adult version.
yeah, pretty
of
much. It's
Mario
an adult
Party.
version of Mario Party where
It's
it's
not
a little bit
kid
more.
gruesome. It's not kid
Yeah,
friendly.
but I mean, you can
it's
make
fun.
it kid friendly, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, a Grim Reaper is kind of not
And being
Smashed
killed by a
and
rocket.
blown up and punched with
A rocket gets rammed
getting
through
shot
your
with
body.
shotguns and
No. Yeah. Pummel Party
stealing
is
people's
fun.
coins.
It's just like Mario Party, but Pummel Party is hilarious. Oh my gosh. I can't. We haven't played that in a long time. But I guess we've had a baby.
A reason for that.
Yeah. We have
But now
a.
that she's sleeping
A
for the most of the
baby.
part through the night, we could.
Yeah, thankfully she's sleeping through the night now.
I was gonna say, what was I talking about originally?
You-
GoldenEye, right?
Excuse me. Yes, you were talking about GoldenEye.
My favorite game of all time.
Your favorite game. And
But-
every time I hear GoldenEye, I want to scream.
Goldfinger?
Goldfinger.
It's all different songs, but there is a GoldenEye song too.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know if you. We haven't watched that though, so.
Wow, we have 5 viewers. That's
But no.
amazing. Thank you.
GoldenEye is my favorite game of all time because that's really what started me on first-person shooters in general. Like, I don't know if I'd be playing like Call of Duty and Apex Legends in these games without GoldenEye.
I can't do first-person shooters. They bring me too much stress.
Yeah, true. For you,
don't
maybe.
know.
But you know me, video games are just relaxing whenever I play. That's how I relieve stress, so.
Zelda. brings me so much stress trying to play that game. Oh my goodness. And I just have a bow and arrow. That's all I have. And some swords. I don't even have a gun. That gives me stress.
GoldenEye's my all-time favorite too,
Oh,
though, because it's just the memories involved with it.
Did you play it when you were a kid?
Yeah, that was like the first
So
one of the
how old-
first games.
How old would you say it
When
is?
did that come out? GoldenEye. It's like late 90s, 98.
On
it was
the
on the
brink
nin-
of Y2K?
Yeah, it was right on there, right? Because 64. I don't remember
Y2K. We're so old.
when we thought the world was going to end the first time.
I remember I was standing in my living room waiting for the electricity to go off. My husband says shooter games are his stress reliever, but yeah.
See, that's me too.
Can't do it. I tried. What game did I play?
For like a second, it was Spider-Man.
Was it Spider-Man? And that doesn't even have shooting in it.
Spider-Man is super... What? You're not shooting, but you're getting shot at and stuff. Yeah.
I just watch you play like...
Spider-Man is intense, though.
Apex Legends or whatever.
Yeah. Battle Royale games.
Overwatch. Call of Duty. And I can't...
Is this Wreck-It Ralph?
And I can't... I don't... I'm afraid. I get so stressed. I can't do it.
It's really bad for me.
Yeah.
That's my wheelhouse right there. And it started with GoldenEye. And
do I do Call of Duty or does he do Call of Duty?
I do. I do Warzone. And then I did not get the newest Modern Warfare 2 yet, but I'm planning on it. It's just... I don't feel like spending the money for it. The campaign, honestly. The campaign and multiplayer, but
it's not my thing.
In fact, I play with Champ from time to time, so
yeah, it's kind of cool to see. Sometimes I hear him like, "Oh, champion." All right, should we move on to the next?
I don't know. It seems like video games is being big. Oh well, what games are we playing together? I guess is the next.
Oh
thing.
yeah. Okay, what games?
Technically, Escape Academy, but
Escape Academy.
McKenna, it seems like she's a better partner.
PUBG.
I've played PUBG, and honestly, I don't play it anymore. I played it when it like first came out because it was the battle royale game, and then once all the other ones came out,
it was like the first.
So technically, no. You wanted me to give you the history of the battle royale game?
No, we don't have time. We do not have
technically, time. Yes. Technically, no. The original person that thought up a battle royale is the guy that made PUBG, but he originally made it a mod of another game called H1Z1, and that was the original one on H1Z1,
and then that's how all these other games kind of.
Fortnite basically blew it up because they made it free to play, and then that's how we are today with everyone. Like, if you have a shooter game, it's like you almost have to have a battle royale, or no one's going to play it, which is what happened with Battlefield.
Makes sense.
And I love Battlefield. I like Battlefield more than Call of Duty, honestly. Just based off graphics and just gameplay and everything like that. I enjoy Battlefield and like the full-on war that you have. Like, but it's just not enough people playing it.
Not me.
And it had a lot of glitches at the very beginning of it coming out.
So games that we're playing together. We really are not playing games together
in a while, but I think we were. Like I said, we were doing Escape Academy, but
we were doing Escape Academy.
But McKenna seems like she's taking my spot. It's okay.
Let's be real. You get too irritated too fast. And then I get irritated with you.
That is very true, because I like puzzle games, but eventually so that's what's funny. Puzzle games for me, I like puzzle games, but they give me more stress than shooters. Because after a while, I'm like...
You did, and I'm so glad
and I'm cool with it, because like I said... because it's funny, because we streamed, and you could hear some of our voices once it gets to a certain point.
I was so annoyed when I tell you.
She gets annoyed, though, even because I get to a point where I just run around just to run around.
He just runs in
That's
circles.
what she got. She got mad at me with Animal Crossing when we played together.
Yeah, so Animal Crossing, when we would play...
I was hitting you with the net.
Together. When we would play together, you could have, like, if I was the main person playing, he could come along and be on my island.
How is my island?
Your island
is probably dead by now.
Nope, your island
is the last time you played it?
Yesterday.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. But I would be the main person, playing, and he would literally just run back and forth, take out a net, hit me on the head, just keep running back and forth. I'm like, dude, stop. Hey, Andrea, love you. We need to get together. I've been meaning to text you, but I keep forgetting.
She can do the escape room with you guys.
Yes. We should do an escape room. But I love you, and we need to get together. But what were we saying?
What
What games
Fall
are we
Guys.
playing? Oh
From
yeah,
time to
we
time.
do play Fall
It's been a while
Guys
since we
together.
played Fall Guys.
Fall Guys also gives me much anxiety because I'm not very good. And when you're a little bean, you're like a bean. And you have to go through these obstacles, kind of like Wipeout. Would you say it's in comparison?
It's pretty much Wipeout. That's
it's
what it is.
Wipeout,
Yeah.
But it's almost like Wipeout on drugs. It's like crazy. It's hard. But yeah, I never make it past the finish line.
No, you do from time to time. Not
on
like
ones,
first,
on
but
ones that I've done before.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
But like,
But that's what it
ones,
is. Like you just keep playing, and then you get better and better and better. And then
It's hard.
you get the timing down, and it's done.
Yeah.
It's pretty. That's pretty much
Yeah.
Fall Guys. Once you get the timing down of each
Fall Guys. Though,
level,
if
when
you
you
have,
keep practicing, so
if you have never played Fall Guys, you should play Fall Guys. Brienne, if you're still on here, download Fall Guys onto the Switch. Play it. It's so fun.
yeah, and completely free to play. So.
And free. Yeah, your kids would love it. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what. I think that might be it, huh?
Let's see. Fall Guys.
I mean, Pummel Party. We talked about that
Party,
too,
Yeah.
but we haven't played that in a
We
while.
haven't played.
We were doing Among Us for a while.
Oh,
Oh, Fall Guys. She was saying you should download Fall Guys.
Hey Kenneth, my husband wants to know why Dak can't win.
We're talking about that a little bit later, honestly. A little bit later, we'll talk about that.
Talk about it, Jesse. Talk about it. Oh, Brienne. Fall Guys. Sorry. Fall
We'll get
Guys.
to that. We'll get to Dak.
Fall Guys. It's a game on this that you can download onto the Switch, and it is so fun. Fall Guys.
Well, I guess if you want the full name, it's Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, but
Yeah.
we just call it Fall Guys.
I
That
was
works.
going to comment, how about them Cowboys? How did this turn into?
It's because it's back there, and I don't care. I'll be completely
You'll take
honest.
all the smoke.
You can hate as much as you want. I don't care. I already know as a Cowboys fan, it's hate or love. I don't care.
He will take all the smoke.
Are we just gonna jump right? Do we want to
guess,
just jump
yeah.
right into?
Brock Purdy.
Hey, Brock Purdy's
Yeah.
nice. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Do I think he's Brock Purdy's nice?
Okay, so
San
I guess
Fran's got in trouble.
okay,
But what are we doing? Are we jumping right into
I
this?
guess we're doing football.
Since people want to talk about football,
They want to hate on you.
I don't get.
That's what they want.
They don't want to hate on me. People love me. They just hate the team, which is fine. I've accepted that years ago.
True.
They hate us because they ain't us.
It hurts to be a Cowboys fan, though. It hurts.
No, it doesn't. You know what it hurts to be? Browns fans.
Facts.
Vikings fans. 4 times.
Yet,
Vikings and
but-
Bills.
Can we talk about how the Vikings won all those games for no reason?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. People talk about Dallas, but
So,
I don't really care.
since we're talking about it, how... I thought I heard calling me, but no,
Oh, no, she's
asleep.
good.
She's asleep. Okay, did you think the Cowboys would make it as far as they did?
I thought they would beat Buccaneers. I thought they were going to beat whoever they played in the NFC South. But I even told everyone that they'll probably lose to San Fran. But it all rode on one person, really.
Remind me again, they did lose to San Fran?
That's who they lost
They
to,
did.
yeah.
San
I
Fran,
thought they could have beat Philly, though, even with Dak Prescott. San Fran, I thought they could possibly beat, but it really laid all down on one person, really. And that was Dak. And Dak did not show up in San Fran. My thing with Dak, and I think I told you this, I'm at the point where I love Dak. I love him as a person. I think he is a good quarterback, but he's just not good enough. And to me, I'm at the point where... Oh, yeah, definitely.
For sure.
I thought they were the ones to beat even when they were going into it, but it really depended on Brock Purdy. Like, even in the first game, I was like, Brock Purdy is gonna be, he's a rookie, so we don't know. Even though he played good through their season, playoffs are a whole different game. And the first game when he went off, I was like, Niners are going to be a problem because not only do they have a great defense, Brock Purdy he's played well. And even then, Dallas shut him down for the most part. He only had that one drive where they scored the touchdown, and the defense was good enough to win the game. But Dak did nothing. Dak was the reason they lost that game.
Can you believe how good of a rookie he is, though?
No. He was Mr. Irrelevant. No one even knew who that guy was until Garoppolo went out, and then everyone was like, who is Brock Purdy?
Thank goodness Garoppolo went out.
And now San Fran's got a problem, though. San Fran has a QB problem. Obviously, they're going to, I'd be surprised if Garoppolo was there next year. He's gone. But...
Do you think so?
Oh, yeah.
You think
he should have been gone at the beginning this year. They just happened to keep him, and then they were happy they kept him. But
where do you think he'll go?
I don't know.
Who will take him?
Who will take him?
At his price.
I don't know. That's the problem. But
yeah,
I don't think he'll be in San Fran because now they got Brock Purdy, who is a rookie who's playing great and has looked better than Garoppolo and Trey Lance.
He looks so good.
But that's where their problem is. But yeah, San Fran's going to have a little trouble with what they're going to do because they're in a tough little scenario between Brock Purdy and Trey Lance because either they're going to...
In this date night. Yeah. Talking
Pretty
about
much.
Football, his favorite thing.
Well, we were talking about
games.
games, and then they all brought up football.
They did. Jesse brought up football.
We were going to talk about football, but we weren't even going to talk about Cowboys, really. We were going to talk about playoffs in general. But Brock Purdy, Trey Lance, what are they going to do? I'm guessing they're going to keep both of them going into the season.
You think so?
They have, well, because Trey Lance is in there, his contract, his rookie contract, and then they're paying pennies for Purdy right now. Of course, they're going to keep both of them, I feel like. But then they're in a tough scenario once the season starts of who they're going to start, and then what are they going to do with the other guy? They're just going to leave him on the bench? Are they going to trade him? And if they trade him, who? I'll answer that in a second. But if they trade, who do you trade? And then if they go off on another team and the other team doesn't, what happens?
Who do you think is going to win tomorrow?
Who's going to win tomorrow?
Who's going to win tomorrow?
San Fran, and the way Cincinnati is playing, I can't go against Cincinnati. But I think
Joe Burrow, though.
Joe Burrow's been playing off. I mean, killing
But
it. He's a playoff guy. It just seems like
he might pull through.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said I don't think I could pick against Cincinnati right now.
49ers.
Well, 49ers aren't playing Cincinnati. So 49ers are playing the Eagles, and then the Chiefs are playing Cincinnati.
I see. So then what are the games tomorrow?
Chiefs and Cincinnati, and then Eagles and 49ers.
Chiefs, Cincinnati. Ooh, Mahomes. Okay.
But Mahomes is injured. He's not 100%. He's playing, but he's still playing
ankle, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the other team?
Bengals, Chiefs.
Bengals, Chiefs.
I'm going Bengals just because, I mean, they went to Buffalo with horrible weather and acted like nothing was wrong and just mopped the floor of them. He hasn't lost to Mahomes yet. I mean, but the only reason I think Chiefs may win is because the Bengals have been talking trash like this whole week. But, I mean, we'll see what happens.
See, but when was the game that we were watching with the Chiefs? Was that last Sunday? Or last Saturday? Where Mahomes was injured, but he killed that game.
Yeah.
Was that last week?
It was last week. Yeah, that's when he hurt his ankle, and then he came back in the second half.
I remember watching
was playing on one ankle, pretty much, on one leg.
I remember watching that. I was like, dang, he can play through anything.
And I'll be honest with you, I don't want San Fran or Eagles to win the Super Bowl, being that I'm a Cowboys fan.
Eagles. What if the Eagles won?
Well, if they won, they won. It happens, but and I've said this very openly, even though I'm a diehard Cowboys fan and I can't stand the Eagles. I love their players. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I like Jalen Hurts. I like AJ Brown. When that trade happened, I was sick. When that happened in the draft, I was like, oh my goodness, why didn't Dallas do that? And then,
Yeah.
I
think
just can't root for either of them because they're technically both rivals for me. Even though San Fran's not a division rival, that's a rivalry that we've had. Like Dallas and San Fran have had rivalry all the way since '80s.
If I were to choose someone to win, it would probably be the Niners because they're Northwest is best. Well, it's not Northwest, West Side.
Yeah, West.
So that would be the team
I would think San Fran is the favorite to win just because out of all the teams, they have the best defense. Eagles' defense is good, though. They're solid. They're not as good as the Niners' defense. The Niners' defense is absolutely ridiculous.
Stacked. Yeah. This last football season, I played fantasy football.
Oh, yeah, talk about that. Your first
My
fantasy
first fantasy. And I kind of knew what players to pick just because I listened to him. Well, before I just listened to him talk about football. And then I finally, like when I was picking out my players, I was like, oh, I know exactly who all these people were. So let's see. My quarterbacks were Tom Brady and Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence.
Your favorite QBs that...
So Brady played trash this year, especially for my fantasy. And whenever I had like a gut feeling to use Trevor Lawrence, I never did. And then I regretted it because then that game that Trevor Lawrence played would be phenomenal. 40, 60 points on the board. And then Brady, 4 points, 10 points. Let's see. Who did I pick that was like really good? Chubb. I picked Chubb on my own.
And late, too. I was surprised he was still there.
Nobody picked him.
Yeah, I was shocked.
And I saw him.
Chubb was still out there?
So I'm looking through. And I'm like, I see Chubb.
Paying attention.
I see Chubb, and I'm like, I hope nobody picks him. And then everyone goes through, and then it comes back to me. And Chubb is still available. I picked Chubb. I also picked Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
So I got them both. And I also picked Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis.
Yeah. And Davis. So, I mean, I had a pretty good fantasy.
Yeah, for your first year, yeah.
For my first year, but...
You missed playoffs, but you're close.
I lost. I ended up losing a lot.
Well, at the end, it was
a lot of the games. I won the first game. And then I lost a lot of them.
I think we tied, right? Did we end with the same record, I think, at the end of the season? I just remember there was almost a 4-way tie to get into the... Yeah, see, we had about the same record.
7-6.
Because I did terrible in that league.
7 losses, 6 wins.
I did absolutely horrible in that league.
Yeah.
So bad, I changed my name to Trash Gang.
And then
then they started winning. They went on a crazy win streak, and I was 1 game away from playoffs, even though I played absolutely hard. And then Lonnie ended up winning the whole thing, and she had the worst record.
That was so fun. Oh, we played it with our family, or Kenneth's family, so it was my mother-in-law, his brother's sister, brothers and sister, nephews, me. It was so fun.
It was fun.
It hurt losing to Ikaika and Noah, though. Losing against those little kids, that hurt.
They had some stock QBs. That's really what
Ikaika
happened.
and Noah actually had a really, really, really good teams.
Well, I knew they would.
Eugene had a great...
Oh, yeah.
Eugene had a stacked
Eugene did, I think, half. I think he did 50-50. Auto pick and his own picks, I think.
This chair's loud.
So... But yes, Eugene's team was stacked, but when the originally draft came out, you're like, oh, he's not going to be good. Like, he's probably at the bottom.
Predictions beforehand said that there was a 100% chance that he would win. And I think he came, second or third?
Nate came second. He came in. I don't know who won third and fourth place. It was between him and Mom.
Nate had a really bad team.
No, Nathan actually had amazing receivers that just didn't show up in the last game. Because him, Eugene, and Mom were all at the top with only like 3 or 4 losses the whole season. That was really fun though, fantasy.
Fantasy was so much fun. It was so much fun. I want to do it again.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do it next year.
Are we doing a family one again?
Yeah, family one. Your mom said she wanted to join.
Ooh, that'd be so much fun. Wow.
McKenna, if you want to join, you can join.
Yes.
By the way, because we'll need extra
More
people if we start adding.
Yeah.
Would you do? Because I was going to bring this up to a vote and talk to the family. Would you do individual defensive players? I personally love individual defensive players.
I felt like, so McKenna is a yes. Yeah. I felt like having the defense as a whole. It was good and bad. I felt like, say for the Bucks, because I had the Bucks defense as a whole, I felt like having that was better for me because it was
draft as much.
I didn't have to draft as much, and it was anytime they made any type of movement or clearance, it was an automatic 10 points. But then it was when
you start with 10 and then you start losing once they give up points.
Right. So I feel like if I have to pick individually, I really don't know who is who. I don't know.
So here's the beauty of individual defensive players. You know how with defensive special teams, they give you 10 points and then you just slowly start losing.
Losing or gaining.
Yeah, or gaining, correct. But individual defensive players, there's no way to lose any points. They only gain points, and they gain points with tackles, turnovers, like getting an interception or fumble or sack or something like that. And the beauty of it is you don't need to know who was there because some of the best individual defensive players are people on really bad teams because they get more tackles than the people on good teams.
Okay, so then maybe then this next...
I was going to bring it up to a vote to see if everyone would be willing to do it, but a lot of people don't like it because...
I say we should try.
You draft... It's a longer draft because...
I mean, I felt like that draft that we did was long already.
That was actually fast.
Was that?
That was a fast draft.
It felt slow and long. But I would be willing to try and see how I do next year. That would be something that I would be willing to
What
try.
I'm predicting is if we did individual defensive players, most people would probably do auto draft for those, and which is completely fine because it will auto draft the top players.
Can you auto draft only one position?
Well, no. So what you could do is you could draft all your offensive people, and if you didn't want to do any of the individual defensive people, you could just put it on auto draft, and it would pick all the defensive people for you. And what it would do is it would pick all the top players that is left over. And even that's not a bad thing. The other beauty of individual defensive player is even if you don't get the top people, you can get some people that are no-name people, but get a lot of tackles or do a lot of stuff that usually isn't recognized. But
wait, hold on. So I can pick like my QB and my running back and all that, but then once I get to the defense, I can just
let the auto draft.
Auto draft. Ooh, that actually makes it easier. Then I don't have to worry, and then I don't have to I don't know. I might just auto draft altogether. Yeah.
You did good at drafting though.
I did, but if we have more people,
true.
If we have more people playing this time, I'm not gonna get a
player
good.
pool goes lower.
Yep. It was nice because we had what
10?
7.
10.
We had 10.
Yeah, we had 10.
We had 10. So I made it nice. Yeah.
But yeah, I personally love individual defensive players. Some people don't like it because it makes the draft a little bit longer.
I would be willing
and
to
it makes
try.
your roster way bigger. But I love it because when I like high scoring games, that's why we do bonuses and all that extra stuff. Because that doesn't normally happen in regular leagues. The bonuses that I put on there, and I actually messed up the bonuses.
What bonuses?
So you get bonus points for if you went over 100 yards rushing. If the player went over 100 yards rushing, 100 yards for a touchdown, or 100 yards passing, stuff like that, or 300 yards passing, sorry, and 100 receiving yards. But we also did bonuses for the distance from the touchdown. So say someone broke for a 50-yard touchdown. Not only do you get the 6 points for the touchdown, you would also get bonus points for it being over 50 yards.
How'd you mess up on that?
So I messed up because the way I read it was, and I thought this is how, because that's how I used to work when I did bonuses before.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked that you would get a bonus for over 40 yards, and I picked that you would get over a bonus for over 50 yards. And so the way I thought it would work was, hey, if you go over 50 yards, you get the 50-yard point bonus. That wasn't what happened.
What'd you do?
We had so much high scores because they actually got the 40-point bonus and the 50-point bonus together if they went over 50 yards.
40 and 50.
So, for example, I wanted it to do either or. So say they went over 50 yards, you get the 50-yard point bonus, which I think I put at 5 points. 5 extra points on top of 6. The 40-yard bonus was 4 points. So what I thought would happen is if, say you're a player, say so like Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb runs for a 50-yard touchdown. He would get 6 points for the touchdown, 5 points for the bonus points. Mm-hmm. What was actually happening was you were getting 6 points for the touchdown and 9 points full of bonuses because it was giving you the 40 yards for the 4 points and 50 yards for the 5 points.
Mess up like that more. I like
so that. When I looked at it, by the time I figured it out, it was like week 2 or 3, and I was like, whatever, we're just running with this. I don't know if anyone else caught it. I think Nate caught it because Nate looked at the points. I was like, I didn't know that you were supposed to add those together to get those same amount of points. But yeah, that's why we had some like crazy games that were like really close but very high scoring. Yeah. Was because
that makes sense. that makes total sense.
Same thing with kicking. Kicking was the same thing. I was giving them.
So I guess I never knew that. I mean,
the point totals and stuff.
I never knew the point totals, and I didn't really know, since it was my first time playing, I didn't really know what the points were. So it was a nice surprise to get like 10 points on a kick.
That's why the way our league was set up.
Suck up. From the Bucks, yeah, he got me all my points. He was the one
who carried your team.
Who carried my team because Brady was trash.
But I love that it would do that because one player can change the whole game.
I legit thought that Brady was gonna be. I thought he was gonna do great because maybe his divorce and his separation from his wife would fuel his fire, but it didn't. It did
it the opposite way.
It was, he was so bad. Especially these last games have been very bad.
Like Father Time caught up to him.
Oof.
Finally.
Bro is old. He needs to just finally retire. Because his gameplay is... Okay, so let's see what else. We talked about...
We're good with NFL.
Games. Yeah, we talked about that a lot. Fun game secrets.
Oh, yeah, we did pass.
And Easter eggs.
Oh, and we didn't also ask, like, what games are you excited about? Is there any games?
Oh, what games am I excited about? Oh, Breath of the Wild, the second one.
Yeah, I forget what they call it, though. They actually have a name for it now.
Earth and Wind. Nope. Earth, Wind, and Fire.
I was like, are you... That's a wrong group.
Let me see. It is called...
I forgot what they ended up going with.
The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild.
Tears of the...
Clown.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom. I didn't know that was what it was called.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for that one.
May.
I'm hoping that it kind of explains the loose ends in the other game, which I actually still...
You still gotta fight
I need to finish it because...
You have 4 months.
Ganon is the boss of all bosses.
Actually. He's really not that hard.
He's... Listen. Listen. He is the boss of all bosses. Listen, Linda. He's the boss of all bosses. He scares me. The way he looks, how he acts. I cannot...
Link.
I'm scared. And he's the last... I've beat everything in the game. I did all the side quests. I found all the shrines. I killed every guardian and everything that you can think of. I did it all. and Ganon is the
probably haven't.
last. Ganon is the last thing that I have to do, and then I beat the whole game.
The centaurs are the hardest thing.
I
the
haven't
game.
done the Lionels.
Lionels or centaur, yeah, whatever they're called in the game.
Lionels, get it right.
That's the hardest part of the game.
I shoot them from afar, but somehow they still find me.
I guess there's supposed to be something that you're supposed to make in order to beat them.
Yeah.
Again, I didn't get.
You use one of your special powers that you have. Okay, it might be real nerdy, but you use one of your special powers that you have, and you freeze them, and then you take like your strongest sword, and you hit it a bunch of times with that, and then you run away, and then when the timer for that special effects thing, power, stops, and unfreezes them, then your sword will and then that's one way to do it. You can do what I do and hide in a tree.
No, I just didn't find
or them. Go like to the top of a mountain and shoot them down. But then they still, everything that they have is so
I heard if
strong and powerful. They'll get you no matter what.
If you beat them, isn't it a shrine itself? I think a shrine pops up after you kill them.
I've never tried.
I think.
I've never tried to kill one. I don't know for sure. I've tried to kill one. Actually, I take that back. I tried
to kill the first one because you had to do the one where you had to get the lightning arrows. But yeah, every other one I
tried to kill them, and I get anxiety when I see one and they stand up straight. That's when they notice that I'm there.
Yeah,
I run.
Shoot
I run. I just time travel. I time travel. That's my trick. I start to shoot them, and if they are shooting at me and I'm about to die, I time travel. I just leave the area. I can't. If those are too much, that's one that I haven't. That's one creature that I haven't beat because too much. They're too strong. I'm not strong enough. The guardians themselves are also, they cause a lot of anxiety and stress too. But I can feel like I can beat them easier than a Lionel.
Yeah, because you just need that specific arrow, right?
You need the ancient arrows and the ancient
sword,
axe, and if you want to shoot them better, ancient arrow. And then if you really want to be like top tier, not dying from one hit from them, ancient armor. But
well, that was tips and tricks. That
was like nerdy.
That was the tips and tricks stuff.
But I haven't beat Ganon yet, and as soon as I beat Ganon, which I heard is very easy, then I will be able to play this new game that's coming out. What is it?
Tears of the Kingdom.
Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Tears of the Kingdom. Mm-hmm. That's a mouthful.
No, Breath of the Wild isn't in it.
Oh, it's not. So it's just The Legend of Zelda.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom, but it's a prequel. Sequel to the first one. It makes me wonder. Like, is it gonna be the same layout? Am I still gonna have?
Well, most. Because that's right. That was your first Zelda, right?
That was my first Zelda.
Most Zeldas, they follow the same kind of like I guess layout, if you want to call it like that, or map construction. Like they have the water part, they have the lava part. That's like a normal.
So is it going to be the same way? They have the castle. Like I have to unlock each part of the map.
More than likely, yeah. But what it sounds like with this one, something happens to where either, I don't know if Hyrule completely goes up into this. Well, Hyrule's already up in the sky, but there's parts above Hyrule's where you're like doing most of the stuff. Because I saw it, but I've only seen clips from here and there, so.
Stinking Zelda, she needs to figure out her stuff, man. Every time. Is every game going to be like that? Link.
Well, it's the same as like Mario.
Link.
It's always Peach getting in trouble.
Hurry.
That's Nintendo's MO.
Link.
Saving princesses.
Hurry. We're running out of time. Link. I'm excited to play that game, though.
I think that's honestly the only game I can think of off the top of my head that
I'm trying.
like excited.
The
to play.
only one that is like new, the only game that is relatively new to me is the Disney Dreamlight Valley, but I've been playing that one for a while.
I don't know. There's updates and stuff to that though. No? Do
Yeah.
you know if there's any like big update coming up that?
I follow the Reddit page and no subreddits saying that there's a massive update, but they just added. They did do a big update, and they just added Woody and Buzz Lightyear. So in Dreamlight Valley, it's kind of set up. It's set up like a valley of houses, and Disney characters are your neighbors. But it also has a castle, almost like you're at Disneyland, and they have like the fountain in the middle, and then behind the fountain is the castle. And inside the castle, there's actually different portals for you to unlock different characters. So that is where they added
Woody.
Well, they added Woody, and they added
Howdy.
They added Woody, and
Is that how he came out?
I didn't unlock him yet.
Oh,
I haven't unlocked him
that's how
yet.
he should come out.
I just unlocked Stitch.
Oh yeah, I saw that when you did that.
So there's this annoying. Okay, so
Isn't Donald your favorite?
spoiler alert: Donald is very annoying in the game. He has temper tantrums all the time, and he's angry. When he has a temper tantrum, it sounds like a train is like whizzing through, and very irritating, and I hear it all the time. But there was a quest that I had to do, and the quest was finding all of his missing socks, I believe, because he said some alien was stealing them. Stupid.
Oh, so that was Stitch.
That was Stitch. It was so dumb. I had to be his sidekick. I had to be Donald's sidekick.
It was dumb until you found Stitch.
It was dumb until I found Stitch, yeah. But he's like, I'm losing all my socks. I swear there's an alien taking them, and then I found like other people's socks around the island or around the valley. And then I went back to Donald, and I was like, I think I found the last sock, and so we listened to like his alien remote control thing, and it said that there was something in the sky. So then I looked in the sky, and I needed to find a place for this spaceship to land. Landed, and it was Stitch, and I'm glad that it was Stitch. But he's been stealing socks. Everyone's socks. So, yeah. Who do I have? So, the island automatically comes with Mickey Mouse, Goofy, and Scrooge.
You can stream it again.
I do have to stream it again. And then over time, I got who? More than that. Scrooge, and then
Goofy.
Merlin.
Yeah, Merlin.
Who's the guy in Frozen?
Kristoff?
Yeah, and Kristoff. So Kristoff. And then I had to get everyone else. So I got Remy because I love Ratatouille. So he was my first one that I got from the portal. And then Moana. And then now Maui. Those are the only the only three I've been able to get so far. Oh, and Ursula. But she's kind of cool. Oh, and Ariel. How did I get Ariel? Oh, from Ursula. Okay, never mind.
I was just looking at the games list.
For what?
For this year, dropping games. And there's 3, which is the Zelda.
That you are
that I'm
excited
excited about. And then Star Wars Fallen Jedi. That's the second one's coming out this year. I still got to beat the first one.
Okay, I have.
And then
Tell me that, and I have something.
And then the third one, what was it? Which you wouldn't like. It's like it's a thriller. I wouldn't call it a horror game. It's a thriller game.
I don't mind.
But it's Alan Wake, which Alan Wake 2 is coming out, which I need to play the first one again.
Yeah,
but
that's a no from me.
Nope. Like, let's just put it this way. There's this part where he's like, the whole part of it, thing about it is, I want to say he's an author, and he's like having a writer's block, but he gets like, somehow he like dreams that he gets stuck in his book, and he's like in these nightmares basically, where the only way you can fight off the people is you have to have a flashlight to shine your light on them. But your flashlight battery can run out. I
can already tell.
So you gotta like find batteries in like cabins and just try to find stuff to stay alive, and that's how you stay alive.
That's a no from me, dog. Nah.
I don't do horror games, but I
can already tell it's gonna be a scary game for me, because talk about a flashlight, and then what if I fail?
I've not played Little Nightmares. I've seen people play it, and it seems creepy.
Have you played Little Nightmares, or is that what you're talking about?
No, we're talking about Alan Wake. But Little Nightmares is kind of the same one, but it's a little bit...
I don't do good with scary things. I mean, I got scared easily in the escape room.
You get scared easily every day.
How did you like the game? Was it scary?
And are you talking about Little Nightmares or Alan Wake now?
It was creepy. The Little Nightmares one is what she's talking about.
Okay. Yeah, Little Nightmares was creeper. I watched people play it, like stream it, and I'm like...
Nah.
Like that, and what's the other one that they play all the time? Dead by Daylight's one of them. I got in. I played a couple of times.
Okay, so...
You talking about Little Nightmares, or?
I don't like the jump scares. Me, same.
Yeah, that's what Little Nightmares is. That's all Little Nightmares is.
I don't know what game it is, but for some reason, when I go onto like Facebook gaming, for some reason, it's always showing like this streamer who is playing a game where he's helping somebody give birth, but he has to cut the stomach of somebody and pull the baby out with like forceps. For some reason, that game...
I don't even know what that is.
Games
the only game I know
me. I end up screaming high pitch. Me too. But there's that game, and then there's another one where people are like, or you are in the game, but you're...
Resident Evil is probably the one you're talking about.
You're walking, or you're having to crawl through like crawl spaces, and it's creepy because you just see things, and yeah. But yeah, horror games, scary games, not my thing. Can't do it. I get scared too easy. For real. There was something
you said
a game the game about. that I want to, or that I am excited to play because I heard it's fun, is Lego Star Wars. Or Lego.
Oh, that's the game that I was saying we need to play together, actually. That's one of the games we should play together.
But yeah, Lego Star Wars I heard is hilarious.
Yeah, we're gonna have to play that together and stream it.
Yeah, I think we talked about everything on our list.
Yeah, for this episode, yeah.
3 questions though. I don't have 3 questions. Let's do 1 question.
Well, mine's is a pretty loaded question. It's gonna be a long conversation, so I think I can share. I can save it.
We'll just ask it.
You want me to ask it?
Just ask it, and then I'll tell you.
You want me to ask? What question do you have for me though? Did you
I
have
don't
one?
have any questions. I was just gonna say.
The one question I wanted to ask,
I was gonna repeat it to you, and be like, "Now what do you?"
Well, then you want to answer that together?
What
my question was gonna be? My question is a loaded question. It's a very deep question, though.
I'll let you know if it's too much, and then we can do it next time.
Well, I want to know.
Because I want to know.
I want to know. If you can remember and if you can think back on it, or be completely honest if you still don't even know. When did you know you're going to spend the rest of your life with me, with no doubts? I'm talking about no doubts at all in your mind.
No doubts?
Because, there's times where you think it.
No, I will tell you when I knew that I was going to be with you forever.
Exact moment,
I knew exactly.
No doubts.
No doubts whatsoever. And it was before we were dating.
Okay. I'm going to feel bad when I tell you mine. But go ahead.
Well, I guess it didn't. Maybe it was a contributing factor, but maybe it wasn't the moment. When was the moment?
I'm talking the exact moment you knew this is the person for me.
Okay, so the moment I knew...
Again, no doubts. Because, again, there was times where I felt like I was going to be with you.
Okay, hold on. Okay. When did I know for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, that I was going to be with you for the rest of my life?
You want me to answer mine?
No.
Or you?
Okay, so there were moments leading up to it. I can tell you at the very beginning. Okay, so there's guys that I dated, and I was primarily the driver. I had the car. I didn't pick great men, okay? I primarily was the driver. I had the car. These men did not. So I was the driver. They had no cars. I had a car. It was one of my prayers that I had. When I was praying, I would pray, he has to have a job. He has to have a car. He has to live on his own. Like these things, because to me that showed that whoever I was going to be with had independence. And I remember we had just met. I want to say we met and then...
You made the first move.
I made the first move. But I want to say it was like a week or 2 weeks after we met in person. I messaged him on Facebook Messenger. And then somehow we got into the subject and he said that he had a car. And I asked him, what kind of car? And he said an Audi. And immediately the Audi, when he said he had an Audi, I was like, okay, he's independent. He has an Audi for one of the most expensive cars.
It was used.
It was used, but it's an Audi. Like, who just gets an Audi just because? Not me. You know me. I would have had a Toyota.
There's a specific reason why I got it.
I know you got it because he wanted to get the ladies.
Well, no, and it was to go snowboarding.
And he did. No, anyways, so that was one reason, and I knew like that moment. After talking to you a little bit more, and then I think we went to Coulon.
Yeah.
And then
that was the first date.
That was the first date. And I remember after...
if you don't count Buffalo Wild Wings. I don't count Buffalo Wild Wings, so...
I don't count it either. I just count that as, like, the first moment that we met. But we went to Coulon, talked about... We essentially needed to get to know each other. And so you told me, like, where you worked, your life. That was when you told me, like, you were Black and Hawaiian, and that your family was family oriented, and it was about family, blah blah blah. And then from that moment, I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, I knew at the very beginning. Yours is later. I knew. Okay, hold on. Wait. I'm not done. So I knew at that moment, I'm going to be with this man, and I felt it in my heart and my soul. I knew this man is going to be my husband. I know this. And then during the summer, I guess it was already the summer. So September was the Puyallup Fair. We went to the Puyallup Fair with
the first time I said that with him.
Yeah, with his cousins, Brianna and Devontae. Hey, if you're watching. They're adults now, but we took them, they were kids then, but we took them to the fair, and then I remembered we watched Star Wars, A New Hope, because A New Hope is one of my favorite Star Wars movies.
That was before that, yeah.
What?
A New Hope, we watched that.
Yeah, A New Hope, we watched that together.
I don't know that day though.
It was that day.
It wasn't.
It was that day. Yeah, because we dropped them off, and then we watched it together, and then we kissed, and then I knew, because it was the Star Wars, so nerdy. It was the Star Wars theme song, and we were kissing to that song, and I knew. I was like, this man is mine. Who's gonna kiss you to a Star Wars song?
Well, at least yours is a nerdy reason like mine was. So here...
That's how I knew you were the one for me, and I
So
knew I was going to be with you forever.
Here's what I'm saying with it. When we first met and everything like that, I knew instantly, like, I loved you, and I knew instantly that I was like...
TMI.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Sorry.
But here's my thing. I knew I loved you. I knew that more than likely I was going to end up with you. But there was always... being human and being who I
knew I was going to end up with you. They say that like that.
You know what I mean.
Like there's nobody else in the world and I'm just here and I'm going to be the only one available to you.
That is not what I meant.
Sounded like it.
You know, getting well, that's not what I meant.
There was nobody else for you. Anyways, it was just me.
We were the one. So.
See what you did there.
But there was always, like, you know, you don't want to rush it. Like, in my mind, I was like, okay, don't rush it, don't rush it, don't rush it. You're going to blow it if you rush it. Don't rush it, don't rush it, don't rush it. You know, this could still not end up the way you want it to, even though you want this to end with this and end with marriage, end with a kid, all that. That's all I wanted. But there was always like a little doubt just lingering there that it was like, this is not going to work out. Something's going to make this just not work out. And it was just deep down. It wasn't like it was like because of you or because of me. It was just because, you know, it was just a doubt. But I'll tell you when that doubt just completely went away. And now I feel bad because if you had no doubts from there.
I had no doubts from that.
Had, like, again, a very small.
I knew the moment you were going to marry. I knew the moment that I was going to be with you, and then you never proposed.
Because, again, I didn't want to rush it and propose to you too early, and you'd be like, no.
At point of fire.
I was very nervous because I didn't know. We were even engaged before that doubt completely went away.
Aww.
Because it just continued, and it was just...
So tell me when.
It was just a mental thing.
You're just now realizing we're going to be together? Is that what you're going to say?
No. It was last year when Kalani was born. No.
She's going to be my wife forever. No, tell me.
You did a nerdy one. I'm going to do probably a one-up on you and nerdy. Be even more nerdy.
Okay, don't talk so loud. I think she can hear us.
But... it was the moment you asked if I would go to Emerald City Comic Con with you.
Really?
Yes, because you had the badges, and like I was like, okay, I know I'm supposed to spend the rest of my life with this woman, but there's still like.
Wait, I bought it for myself, and then I invited you. Was that the first time we went together?
Yeah, you bought 2 badges, and you even said you were scared to ask me, because you didn't know if I'd be like, yeah, let's go. And right when you asked me, I was like, who else am I going to be with that would go to Comic-Cons with me, watch Star Wars, and let me just be myself and play games and do all that? No one. So I was like, all the doubt just immediately went away. I was like, oh, yeah, you're the one for me. There's no question, nothing.
When was this? How long were we dating?
We were engaged.
We went to Comic-Con?
Well, we were engaged, yeah.
We were engaged?
And the only reason I know that was because that was when I left AT&T. That was the reason we were able to go to Comic-Con, was because...
Story, I love this.
Because we went to Comic-Con, and then that next week I started at the state. But yeah.
So it was that first picture that we took, right? There's a picture that I have of us.
At Comic-Con?
At Comic-Con.
Yeah, probably.
Because
that was before we started doing, like, cosplay and everything. And then we were, like, we're going every year, even though we've missed the last 3 years.
We
2-3 years?
missed, well, because of COVID.
COVID.
So since
then-
2020.
Well, 2019 I think was the last one, right?
Yeah,
Because we didn't go to the
2019 was the last one. 2020 was.
We had badges to 2020, but they canceled it, and then they
Yeah, because
gave
we were
us-
gonna go, and then everyone
we were gonna do a
was like-
hotel and everything.
Yeah, everyone was like, COVID, be
That was
careful.
right when everything
And
closed.
I remember you asking me, are you comfortable going? Because I'm immunocompromised. So you asked, are you comfortable going? And I was like,
No.
we still didn't know much about COVID and stuff, but then I was like, no.
And then they canceled it
And
anyway.
then they canceled it.
But I remember we already had the badges and everything, and I was trying to get hotels. And when it canceled.
Because that drive is a killer. Especially now with Kolani, we're definitely going to need.
Well, I mean, not if we only go one day. If we went multiple days, yeah, we definitely would need a hotel. But one day, we shouldn't need a hotel for that.
So when I asked you to go to Comic-Con.
I've never even told you that, huh?
I thought you were going to say when I started playing like rap music. And you were like, she's the one for me. Yes.
No. But
Still, those are both still really nerdy. I didn't. I know we're nerdy, but like.
Well, that's because that's us, you know.
Yeah.
And
I remember being scared that you both were going to Seattle when you went before you were married.
oh, we went a few times to Seattle, really,
Yeah.
because we
What
went
did
for
we do?
our anniversary, but that was with Ben
With
and
Ben
Melissa.
and Melissa, yeah.
And then when I proposed
Well,
to
it
you,
was anniversary of us meeting. It wasn't. No,
no, it was dating.
we were married.
Because we
were-
dated for a year.
we were
a little
already-
over a year
But were we already married?
when we went to
When
Seattle.
we went to the Space Needle,
No,
we weren't married yet. So
we
it
were
was,
dating for a year.
So it was the anniversary of when we started dating
Yeah.
that we did that.
Yep. Because we dated for like a year and a half, and then
Sheesh. We are going to end our podcast, which is called A Little Bit of This, A Little Bit of That. And we are going to end with a prayer. So, if you have any prayer requests, you can just pop them into the comment section right there. And we'll do a little short prayer. But if not, we'll just pray and end it.
you want to do it?
Nope.
You want to do it in the first one?
Nope.
You're looking at your daughter?
I don't want to do it.
I'll do it, but to close this off too, we are eventually going to have these posted on probably Spotify and iTunes if you wanted to listen to the whole thing.
For Judy.
Okay.
Judy boy.
If you want to listen to the whole thing, or if you were on here on Facebook, thank you for joining, and you can rewatch it here.
Say that again.
We're eventually going to have these posted on iTunes and
Spotify.
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 That's what happens when you watch Mary Poppins.
Spotify.
On Spotify is the plan. So hopefully we'll get that up soon. So if you're listening on Spotify and iTunes, you can always join us in the live one on Capenna Gaming on Facebook. Do you have any prayer requests, though, before we go? I guess I should ask you.
Do I have any prayer requests? That's spot on English. It was funny because we both were like, Spotify at the same time. Ay, ay, ay. Do I have any prayer requests? I don't. I mean, I have some, but I don't.
What?
I mean-
Unspokens?
Yeah, unspoken. I don't really want to say what they are. I don't want to say what they are, so I have some that are secrets. Sorry.
I have some, but...
I have some, but I don't. It's getting late. I'm usually sleeping by now. So.
I don't have any, but I mean, I guess I'm going to pray for tomorrow's service, obviously.
Yeah,
But
tomorrow's service, June. Junie boy.
do I have to say it like that when I do the prayer?
No,
Junior boy?
no. Probably Kalani, since she's been a little fussy. But she's probably just teething. Yep.
Thank you, Jesus, for today. I thank you for blessing us with this night and blessing us with the ability to be able to speak openly and be able to reach the people that have been in this live stream and whoever is going to be end up listening to this podcast. We thank you so much for bringing us two together and being able to have an amazing blessing of this awesome marriage that we're in and be able to share a little bit more of us, a little bit more. And I pray that you touch Kalani right now. I pray that she's able to get a good night's rest. I pray that you touch June right now, that he's able to get a good night's rest and whatever's going on with him right now. I pray that your spirit moves tomorrow in all of our services or wherever we're going to be at. And I thank you so much for everything you're doing in our lives. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for checking out our podcast, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We'll be trying to post these twice a month. If you want to be a part of the live stream, again, check me out at Capina Gaming on Facebook. You can also find me on Instagram and Twitter at Capina_gaming. Our next topic we've picked out is we're going to be talking about some books that we've recently read and books we're excited to read, but also those books that we've read connect with Disney. So we'll be talking about one of our favorite subjects, which is all things Disney. So look out for that.